DJDUBL.
It's DJDUBL here, and today I'm sat with probably one of the youngest flexers in hip hop right now.
Type shit, yeah.
Got Lil Mosey in the building.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Welcome to the UK. Second time here, right? You came last year.
Yeah, I was here last year, like a couple months ago.
On the Juice Wrld tour, right?
Mhm.
And now it's your own thing.
Yeah.
How's it feel this time around?
It's crazy. It's sold out. It's like my own show and shit. So, you know.
They love you out here, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy coming back to the places and like now it's my show.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's getting sold out and shit.
Now you're running things.
Yeah.
So you're from Seattle.
Mm.
I've never been to Seattle, and really like the only rapper that I've heard of from Seattle is Macklemore, who's like worlds apart from what you do.
Yeah.
So what's the music scene like in Seattle? Like, are you an anomaly, or is there a lot of people doing the kind of stuff that you do?
Nah, there's a lot of people doing like the music I do, but there's a lot of people that do West Coast music, like.
Oh, okay.
Like you're like SOB and shit. Yeah, a lot of people be trying to make music like that.
So you what, 17 now?
Mhm.
Just turned 17.
Yeah.
Are you celebrating it in Ireland, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna celebrate it again every night.
How was it having your
tour.
birthday in Ireland, man? Because they know how to party out there.
I mean, it was cool. We went to the club. It was cool.
You know, you don't probably remember too much of it.
I know. I was cool. I was sober.
As you're so young, I'm quite interested to know from you, like, what do you consider old school hip hop? If I said name a throwback song, what would be the first song that came to your head?
Hit 'em up. Some old shit.
Tupac.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Some old shit like that. Yeah. Like Soulja Boy's old shit was low key throwback. You could count that as throwback. 2005.
Yeah.
Hella long ago. Some shit like that. 2005. When he come out? When that nigga come out? Like 2005 or some shit. Yeah. That's throwback too.
Yeah. See, the reason I asked that is because I come across some guys the other day who was 18, and they asked for something old school, and then they said, "Can you play old school like Wiz Khalifa, Black and Yellow?"
I mean, that's not old. You can say it's old, but it's not
old school.
Old school.
I'm glad to hear it, man. We're on the same page right now.
I mean, I guess you could say yeah, it's old school.
Nah, don't say
it. Got passed.
Makes me feel old as fuck.
It got passed by. So.
How old were you when you recorded your first track, like from a serious studio session, rather than just messing around? When you thought, right, let's really make a record.
I hit the studio, like a real studio, when I was like 14. And then I met Royce after like a couple songs, and I just started recording with him. But like when I got with Royce, that's when I started like taking it seriously, cause I started getting like way better, and we both started getting way better. And then started getting fire, hella fire. But he was fire when I linked with him, but now we're both.
Do you mean Royce?
Yeah, Royce. My producer.
What was the point that you actually realized you wanted to do the music thing seriously? Because sports was another option for you as well, right?
Yeah. I hurt my knee, so I had to take like a break from basketball and shit. So I didn't have nothing to do. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start rapping. Boy, I ain't got nothing better to do.
Kind of working out, I guess.
Yeah. I just, like, cause I started getting, like my first couple of songs started getting like 50K and shit. Like my first, like the first song that went like crazy to me, like back then, we got, All Fire got like 50K. And then I was like, damn, so this shit starting to work. And then.
How did you do that 50K? Was that a plan? Or did you just, because it was SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, I was just dropping.
So you just put it up and it happened?
Yeah, it just started going up. I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then my next song that I dropped was So Bad. That shit got like by the time I dropped my next song, it was like 250K. Like a couple months later, I was like, that's like every time that shit was happening, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Do you think you've got an advantage because you're so young? Because when you've been doing this for 10 years, you're only going to be 25.
I mean, it's the same process for everybody else. I mean, this is the time I did it. I can't see in the future, but I'm gonna probably be around. But I can't see. I don't even know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference being younger or older.
Was there a moment that you can think of when you realized like things were starting to blow up now? Things are getting crazy.
Pull Up, when my first music video dropped, and I went out to LA. I just moved out to LA, dropped out of school. I was like, yeah, I'm out of Seattle. I'm to LA. And like once I realized like I don't even go to school. I'm in LA. I'm not even in Seattle no more. Just chilling. This is
people started recognizing you.
Yeah, it started getting crazy and crazy.
What's the biggest thing that you've noticed? Like, what's the biggest change that's happened for you from before the fame to now?
I mean, I can't like go outside like that, like the same way I used to be able to, like just anywhere I want to go and shit. So it's just different, but it's cool. So I don't really care.
Do you like it that way?
I mean, I'd rather be able to like
eat
do
in
whatever
peace.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just order it, so fuck it. I don't really care.
Yeah. Do you feel like you blew up quite fast? Because from a UK point of view, you kind of came out of nowhere. Like suddenly the numbers were happening. They're like Lil Mosey is a thing. But for you, do you feel like? Because I mean, you were working on it for like 2 years up to this point.
No, I mean that's still pretty fast, like, cause I didn't even like write at all or nothing before like 2 years ago. So, and I'm already where I'm at. It's crazy.
Were you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that with your chest. Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah.
So Noticed was really the song for you that kind of resonated in the UK.
Yeah.
I know you had obviously like Pull Up and Buff Pack came out before that, but Noticed was the one I feel that got you that international recognition. Like 77 million on YouTube. I checked just before I left the house. 156 million on Spotify, bro.
Nice.
Like that's mad. When you were making that particular record, did you realize what was gonna happen with it?
Nah, really. I didn't think it. Nah, because I got better songs, like way better songs. So
Yeah, better songs than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't even a song I was about to release. But I mean, I know it's still fire. I fuck with it.
Yeah, straight.
But like, I just got better songs to put out, so you gonna see some fire shit.
You've done a lot of touring recently. Is there anything about touring that you don't like?
Nah, it's cool. I fuck with it. Every day I perform for hella people, get mad love. It's it, and it's fun. So
I'm gonna ask you again in April, at the end of at the end of this one.
Yeah,
How many, bro? You got so many shows between now and then. It's mad.
Yeah, after being like doing it for hella long, it gets kind of tiring. But like when I get off tour, like a month later, I'm trying to go back on tour. So
bit of a rest. Do you record when you're touring? Because I saw on one of the videos like there's a studio on the tour bus.
Yeah.
So are you recording a lot while you're touring?
Yeah.
Sick. Let's talk about North's Best. So, for starters, it's not an album, is it? It's more of a mixtape. But I mean, these days it's kind of, they're kind of the same thing. So we can just call it a project, I guess. I'm a bit confused about it because on your SoundCloud, like about 18 months ago maybe, it's 2017, North's Best dropped as a project. And now there's another North's Best dropped as a project. So what's that, 2 project with the same name, or is it like an extension of it, or?
It's a whole nother project. It don't have any of the same songs on it. I just named it the same thing because the first one wasn't like the best intro I could have had to like my music and shit. So I had to
So you just like the album name, innit?
Huh?
You like the album name. You like the name of the project.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Royce Best, so I just said it again. I said it 2 times. Yeah.
I like that, man.
It worked.
The highest chart position, right? So I was looking this up. The highest chart position it reached was in Norway. Like, that's mad. Is it crazy for you to have like your album and your projects charting so high in countries that English isn't even the first language?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, going to the shows and like they probably don't even really understand what I'm talking about, but they're screaming the words and shit. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah, you know, a lot of those countries as well, it's quite common that the kids learn English through the songs. Like, that's how they speak. So you might have, there's a whole generation of Norwegian kids growing up with Lil Mosey's accent, man. Yeah, you're inspiring a generation there. You got #1 in Sweden with Noticed as well, which is just crazy numbers, man. Doing bits in Europe. The whole album got produced by Royce David.
Yeah.
He says that you work extremely fast in the studio. So when you hit the studio, do you go with like, do you have an idea of a song that you want to make, or do you just go and hear the beats and then?
Yeah, when I hear the beats, I just start thinking that shit. Yeah, I usually, cause it sounds better in the studio than like outside the studio. Like, I don't know why, but that shit sounds like it's way easier to come up with it in the studio. So I just be going to the studio, knocking shit out. Do
you write? Like, do you actually physically write stuff down?
Yeah, usually I write shit. But sometimes I freestyle, like if I'm not trying to write.
Kamikaze was the first track from the project. It felt slightly different to everything else that's on there. It was like a little bit faster, a little bit more upbeat. Did you co-produce the beat? Because you produce as well, right? Sometimes with Royce?
Nah, that was Kid and Royce.
Right.
I mean, I was there when Royce made it. I'm there usually when he makes like all the beats, but unless like, you know, he cooking like when I'm not there. So. But like a lot of times, I'll be there when he's producing. So.
What's your favorite Lil Mosey song?
Unreleased, some unreleasing. Some unreleased, like some shit that's not out.
The unreleased stuff?
Yeah.
Why is it not out yet if it's your favorite?
It's coming out. It's gonna be out soon.
Okay, soon. If you could pick anyone, dead or alive, to do a collaboration with, who would it be?
Probably Drake.
Drake?
Yeah.
Everything he touches turns to gold. That makes sense, I guess.
I mean, that's a fact.
There's another record on there, right? So, Greet Her. I quite like that. I like the sample, because I know the original, the Chris Brown record. Yo. So, that's dope, man. Do you think there's a C Breezy collaboration in the pipeline?
Yeah, probably.
Have you met before? Have you spoken?
Yeah, I met him. After the song.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. What was the conversation like?
Yeah, I can't really talk on that, but
alright, that means something's happening.
My manager like was playing the music for him, playing like he heard Greer.
Yeah.
And then
you liked it?
He was fucking with it. He said something.
Dope. So we got Lil Mosey, Chris Brown in 2019, maybe on the record.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yoppa's the next single, right?
No, that was on the tape.
Oh, it's not a single?
It was on the tape, but I mean, no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's doing bits though. It's making a lot of noise. You and Block Boy. How did you guys meet?
Just through music, like we just got in the studio and shit. But like the first time we got in the studio, I met him at a celebrity basketball game. We was just smoking wood on the sideline, and then that's where I met him. I knew who he was though. They be dancing and shit.
What's your favorite song to perform, like when you're touring?
Notice and Kamikaze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they having like the most energy during that song.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine, man. Noticed, especially with the numbers it's been doing. So as a rapper, right, obviously we mentioned like how young you are and you've got the potential to be here for a very long time. What is it that you want to achieve in your career? Like when you get to the end and you look back, what do you want from that time?
Still to be making music for people, and I'm still going crazy. hopefully at the top, I'll probably be there.
With your age, man, like you've got the potential to outlast a lot of the guys that are doing bits now, innit? So
Yeah, I guess.
it's been a pleasure, bro. Is there anything you want to tell the UK fans or the European fans that might be watching? Stream
shout
the
out
album,
London.
buy the tickets.
Rest in peace, Kai Cash. It's lit. You know it's best out for me. Music videos on the way, so we gonna go crazy. 2019, new music too. That shit gonna drop soon, in a couple months. So we lit.
And that potential Chris Brown collaboration that we can't talk about. DJ Double here with Lil Mosey.
Shout out DJ Dub. Heard?